Imagine yourself 10 years from now. Have you finally finished your manga? Or are you still trying to perfect your story without even finishing a single one-shot? The difference between those two futures comes down to the habits you build today. As a young mangaka, you'd probably think,
No way. No manga in 10 years? That's never gonna happen to me.
but boy, you'll be surprised. We talk to so many people who put their manga dreams on the back burner that 5, 10, 15 years pass them by with still no manga to show. If you're currently guilty of this, or you want to avoid this future for yourself, then make sure to stick around. Over the last 3 years, we've helped over 400 beginners stick with their manga journeys, guided by professional mangakas with over 50 years of combined experience. Today, we're breaking down the 5 habits of highly effective mangakas so you can build habits your future self will thank for. Plus, if you stay until the end, we'll show you how you could pitch your manga straight to publishers in Japan. Habit number 1. Make manga. I know this sounds really obvious, but it's amazing how many people tell us they want to become mangakas but have never even produced a single manga page before. They do everything except making manga. They brainstorm, they write scripts, they practice drawing, they talk about it with their friends. But they don't actually make manga. And you know what they tell themselves?
I want to make my manga the best that it can be.
And so they think it's okay to spend 1, 2, 3 years writing and rewriting the same story, thinking that they're honing their skills. Or they think they have to perfect their drawing skills before even starting their manga. But the reality is that you're not actually making manga. Think about it this way. Getting a manga serialization is like getting into the NBA. Only the best of the best get that opportunity. So if you tell us,
I want to have my manga serialized,
then you're saying you want to get into the NBA. And if you don't have a single manga out there yet, then what are you actually doing? You're telling us you don't want to join a single basketball game until you've perfected your pass, your dribble, your three-point shot. It just doesn't make sense. You gotta get out there and finally join a game. Make a one-shot, join a contest. If that's too hard, then start with a 1-page or 2-page manga. Just because it doesn't look good now doesn't mean you stop. Take our very own pro mangaka mentor, Nao Yazawa. She made the shoujo manga Wedding Peach, and it even has its own 52-episode anime. But before she was able to make it professionally, she kept joining manga contests. And for 7 years, she kept getting rejected. Rejected. And yet, she still kept making manga anyway. Until she finally won an award and an editor took notice. So, if you're not regularly making manga, then you gotta start today. You need to learn how to use your writing and drawing skills together to create a visual story. If you need help figuring out where to start, then book a free one-on-one manga consultation call with us. We'll help you break free from the cycle of self-doubt and actually start creating with a training arc tailored just for you. Plus, you'll get the chance to work with a pro manga editor and professional mangakas. But that's not all. Our best students get to go on an all-expense-paid trip to Japan's biggest indie comic convention, where you'll get the opportunity to share your work with Japanese publishers. We'll even translate your manga to Japanese and hire a translator on the ground. Even if you're a total beginner, that's okay. We'll help you figure out everything else. So, if you're done waiting, then book a free manga consultation call with us today. The link is in the description. Habit number 2, manage your time. Time is your most important resource. Once it's gone, it's gone. So you have to be smart with how you manage your time. We know that a lot of you probably have these grand manga ideas that's 50, 60, 100 chapters long. But the last thing you want is getting caught up working on the same story for a whole decade without actually getting any proof of concept out there. That's the whole reason why publishers prefer to test story ideas through one-shots. They're short and manageable even for beginners. They're a great training ground for learning how to tell clear stories. Our pro manga editor Vivi once told us,
"It's better to have a short one-shot with an interesting protagonist than 60 pages of confusion."
if you've never done a manga before and you're thinking of finally creating a one-shot, don't go for 50 or 60 pages. Start with 16 to 20 first. You will level up faster doing 3 20-page one-shots than one big 60-pager. Why? Because you get to experience the whole process of writing, storyboarding, sketching, inking, and rendering 3 times rather than just once. So, how long should it actually take you to finish a one-shot manga? Yazawa Sensei says,
If you can't make at least one shot in a year, then you can forget about becoming a professional.
Here's another tip from Vivi.
If you've been working on the same story for 5 months and it's getting nowhere, it might be better to just archive it and start with a new, fresh idea.
A lot of people fall for the sunk cost fallacy. They invest so much time and energy into a story. They want to make it work no matter what. But in reality, it would actually benefit them to just scrap the idea and start with something brand new. Remember, time waits for no one. So give yourself a deadline to finish your one-shot and stick to it no matter what. Even if it's not your best, it's still a great starting ground. Habit number 3, steal like an artist. Here's a pro tip. Don't just focus on drawing or reading manga. Be a sponge. All the best mangakas are sponges, absorbing all the storytelling techniques from various media.
Keep on picking up books and try to work out why the good ones grab your interest and the others don't. Don't limit yourself to manga either. Read novels, listen to music, watch movies, because looking inward can only get you so far.
So if you're a fan of movies, steal their cinematic techniques. If you like fairy tales, study their tropes and put your own spin on them. Tsutsui Taishi, the creator of We Never Learn, does something similar.
I watch movies, read manga. When something interesting comes up that I could make use of, I make note of it right there and then. Also, when I find great art on the internet, I'll save the image, copy it by hand, and study what made it appeal to me in the first place.
Copy your heroes, yes, but don't just mimic. Study how they think and make it your own. That's how you grow beyond imitation. And that's how you can create a unique manga that combines all your different influences and inspiration. Habit number 4. Don't wait for motivation. If you're a beginner, you probably struggle with creating when you have zero motivation. Vivi says that artists tend to think there are no work hours for them. But you should treat this like a regular job. If you're serious about making manga, you can't just wait for inspiration to strike. You can't just draw when you feel like it. One of our students, Rickard, was a professional concept artist for 10 years, and he put it perfectly.
Action feeds motivation and motivation feeds action. So if you're stuck in a creative block, yeah, it's gonna feel hard to do something. But if you force yourself to do something, it's gonna feel easier the next day and then the next day, and then you're gonna get into a flow much faster again.
So, don't fall into the trap of believing that motivation is some Easter egg you find by luck. It's something you nurture, like a seed you water day by day until it blooms. Sure, you won't see results in the beginning, but if you keep showing up, your efforts won't betray you. We've seen it with our students who started with zero manga creation experience, and now they've gone on to join manga contests and even self-publish their work. Ultimately, it's not about motivation. It's about consistency. So, the next time you feel lazy working on your manga, ask yourself,
is this the kind of person that I want to be today?
What kind of person do I want to be tomorrow?
Habit number 5. Surround yourself with the right people. In all honesty, being a mangaka can feel lonely. You spend hours, days, maybe even weeks on end all alone, hunched over pages. But humans aren't built for isolation. We need support systems. We need community. Hagiomoto, the god of shoujo manga, once said,
"Connecting with other mangaka is vital because most creators work in isolation."
Vivi adds,
if you really want to create stories that resonate with people, you need to be interested in people's lives. Just being in your own bubble is not good enough.
That's why finding your people is so important. They can be fellow mangakas, even friends, family, or online buddies who cheer you on. Knowing someone's got your back can make all the difference, especially for beginners. Because sometimes, just knowing someone believes in you is enough to keep you going, even if you can't believe in yourself just yet. If you want to be part of a group that inspires you, pushes you, and grows with you, then check out learntodrawmanga.com to see how our students thrive as part of a true mangaka community. You'll find coaches, mentors, and fellow creators who'll make sure you never have to struggle on your own. And in case you're thinking, it's too late for me to start making manga, then think again, because this next video will prove you otherwise.